How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a brand new episode of the HR Office Podcast Live, episode 40. We fucking hit over the hill, my guys, if you can believe it. As always, I'm your host, Greg. I'm joined here by May. Say hello.
Hello.
Joined here by Mira. Say hello. Today's episode, it's going to be a really quick episode. By really quick, I mean I'm predicting it's going to be under an hour because it's just a lot of quick...
rapid fire.
It's a lot of rapid fire topics. The things are like, there's a couple big things that we've chosen not to talk about. Like, Jake Paul's been in the news again. We refuse to talk about it. If people want to hear about it, I would, as controversial as they are, go watch H3's podcast. The last couple episodes, they've been talking about the Jake Paul situation in way more detail. Or go watch DeFranco, who's been covering it. Like, there are other people that have been covering it who have been covering it. It's just... Jake Paul's a shitty guy. The funny thing, though, is that a high school dropout is trying to change the school system, and I think that's fucking hilarious. I think I'll agree with that. But we had that go on. I'm certain there's more updates with Onision, but I haven't heard any big things, and we're not going to cover that again until, like, he gets arrested by Chris Hansen or whatever. There hasn't been any big things there. But it's like, aside from that, it's like there hasn't been like big stories to have us really digest, you know? It's like a lot of...
Especially for our niche.
Yeah, it's like, it's not like we have... we don't have a big anime controversy coming up. The only controversy we have is an update to something we talked about last podcast. But like a bunch of us, like, stuff we're excited for, and like the stuff that kind of did come up that was controversial, there's not a lot of ruminating and discussion about it. It's just basically, wow, this was shitty. Okay, what's next? So there's no opening memes today. We're just gonna jump right on into them. But let's go ahead and start with probably one of the most wholesome stories that came out, and that is the idea of two games that are so unlike one another that are coming out on the same dates that their fandoms decide to stand one another and support each other for their games that are coming out. And that is Animal Crossing New Horizon and Doom Eternal. I'm just like, dude, okay, can I be real? I'm actually excited for both. Like, I fucking loved the reboot of Doom, and I played Doom when I was a kid. And I fucking love Animal Crossing. It's really good. But they've kind of created this really weird, like... They support one another, and it's pretty fucking great. Like, people are drawing, like, fan art of Isabelle as Doom Guy, and then, like, they have, like, Doom Guy and Isabelle at, GameStop, and Isabelle's like, one copy of Doom Eternal, please, and Doom Guy's like...
Persona 4.
That's right, yeah, and one copy of Animal Crossing New Leaf. But it's like, or New Leaf. New Horizon. There's a bunch of news going on, you know what I mean? But, it's just, May, how wholesome is this? It's pretty fucking wholesome, am I right? Like, would you think that these two games would ever kind of, like, come together fandom-wise?
No, but everything eventually happens for a reason.
It does. It reminds me back in, like, 2013 when the communities for Attack on Titan and Free Iwatobi Swim Club kind of became intertwined for a little bit because they were both airing at the same time. And I was like, oh, okay, there you go. Mira, what do you think of this whole Doom Eternal Animal Crossing? Right. My favorite thing out of all this, though, is probably the official Doom Twitter. That anytime, like, for example, when Nintendo announced their Animal Crossing Direct, they were just like, is Isabelle going to be there? And it's like, one of the gaming sites is like, which game are you excited for coming out this spring? And the Doom Twitter account is like, Animal Crossing New Horizon. It's so good. Like the guys that are making the reboot of Doom, like, they keyed in on that, like, no, let's just fucking run with it. This is pretty great.
Animal Crossing Twitter is like, Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, right. It's so weird. I love it. It's so good. But yeah, it's some good wholesome shit, and I love it. And it's one of those things where usually we're so used to, like, fandom divides and people yelling at one another, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like everyone's just kind of like, hey, I know your game is coming out. I hope it's a good game. I hope you guys enjoy it. And love each other, my guys. It's pretty good. May, gonna pivot to you for a moment. You watched the Direct, right?
No. I watched some of it.
You watched some of it.
The trailer that's after it came out.
Okay, what all is new that they mentioned, if you can remember it all?
Stairs!
What?
There was a GIF that I saw. It was a
someone looking at the name of one of the directs, it was something like along the lines of Animal Crossing New Horizons stairs, and it was just emphasized like stairs. There's a bunch of stairs. Build stairs.
Oh wow. Was that a big thing in the new trailer? Was stairs apparently?
I didn't see it in there, honestly.
I don't know if it was the actual direct or if it was someone that took footage of the direct and just renamed it or something.
Maybe.
But like in the title it said something like Animal Crossing New Horizons, Jacob ladders, stairs, and then the GIF just focused on the stairs.
The stairs, yeah, the stairs.
So it just made me think of that. Stairs.
Right. That's thanks, May, for answering the question. No, I'm just giving you shit. It's all good. Anyway, no, May, like what okay, I'm going to twist the question a little bit. What are you most excited about for New Horizon from what you've seen?
Just a new Animal Crossing.
Just a new way to have a chill game sesh, my guy. Yeah. What about you? What are you most excited for?
You can build a house on a beach.
I think that's everyone's dream, right? I was about to say, that's everyone's dream, right? To be able to afford to be able... Oh, wait, no, you're in debt. No, this is way more real than I thought.
But that debt is more affordable.
That debt is...
than real-life debt.
That is true. That is true. That is true.
It's that meme. Animal Crossing is the millennials' game. Or, like, it's the millennials' dream. Being able to own a house and have friends.
That's true. That is really true, yeah. Let's see. I'm just going to spitball some of these. Interspecies Reviewers is back in the news again. Interspecies Reviewers, last time we talked, was canceled by Tokyo MX. It was canceled by a couple places in Europe and canceled by Amazon Prime in North America and Funimation. It has now been canceled, canceled by Sun TV, who I guess was also still airing it after all the controversy. They have now dropped it as well. It just keeps getting dropped. Mira, are you surprised? May, are you surprised? I'm about to say... And it's funny because, yeah, right. We had the crew over here, like the rest of the HR crew over here last weekend, and like Chrissy swore by it. She says like it's actually a really good show, and there's a kind of a really good premise to it, and it's kind of like it's actually really good. It's just also super fucking not suitable for work.
Yeah.
And
honestly, I'm not really into ecchi that much. It's just not my jam.
I'm not either, but like the explanation, in the things that Chrissy knows, I'm not into just straight ecchi. If I wanted boobs, I'll just jerk off the porn. Like that's all I want. I'll just fucking go to Hentai Haven and fucking go there. That's all I need to do.
Gregory 2020.
Right.
No, but ecchi, I'll just jerk off the porn.
I'll just jerk off the porn. Why have the clothes there? Just look at the boobs. No, I know the idea of less is more can also be sexy. But like, if I'm at that point, I'm just like, dude, look at the button boobs. Like, fucking, there you go. So I'm good to go.
Like that too.
Yeah, right. It does what it do.
How's it going, dude?
How's it? But no, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. But apparently, it's actually really good. It's just too spicy for TV. So that was another update to Interspecies Reviewers.
We'll never know.
We will never know. Here's a quick thing May shared with me last night that I don't know if we've ever... Oh, you know what? A long time ago, I don't even remember if we talked about... We were still TSG when we talked about this. Momo-kun starting to make the rounds again. For the best thing that I could ever imagine. May, what was... I'm going to let you recap what the tweet was. I know it's super simple, but you had sent me this tweet like, oh, I found out about Momo-kun recently.
So, someone said they were at an expo. I'm going to guess Level Up Expo, because that's this weekend.
No.
You know what? She's from Vegas, so it wouldn't surprise me if she was at Level Up, yeah.
They just said expo. The tweeter didn't say where. I'm just going to guess.
Yeah.
Because that's the con I know that was this weekend. So, Momo-kun had a booth, and I guess nobody was going, and then... Spoiler, in the comments, one person came.
One person came, yeah.
It was a girl. And
probably had no idea.
No, she did. This girl did. She's like a huge fan of her, apparently. Like, yeah, so she posted on her Instagram or something like that. I took a picture with her or whatnot. And then in the other tweet, basically, I guess Momo-kun packed up early because nobody else was coming.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, why keep your booth open if nobody's coming?
Yeah, it's... Oh, man.
Take the hint and leave.
Yeah. Everyone in the comments is like, still clowning on her. Like, people are sitting there like, wait, she's still relevant? And the thing is that when she got...
She's trying.
When she got fucking canceled hardcore in 2018, because it was AX 2018 when that shit happened.
Yeah.
No, we were Hardest Reset when that came out, because it was AX that year. because we rebranded in 2018.
Well, regardless.
Okay, so it was hard to reset. But anyway, yeah, that was... It's
been a while.
It's been a while. No, it felt like it's been so long ago because it's like she's such an afterthought now. Like, I remember the big update in late 2018 is the reason she was still making money. She became a fucking cam girl. But yeah,
I just remember the gif of Cabin in the Woods going around. The evil has been defeated.
The evil has been defeated. Yeah, it was so... I hadn't heard that name in so fucking long.
I actually forgot. Until I saw that tweet.
I saw it. I was just like, oh,
or that post
boy.
my friend shared. Yeah, I forgot about Momoko.
Yeah, it was, man, that's what happens. What happens when you burn bridges. And we were talking, like, personally about, like, burning bridges and how that affects people and stuff like that. And it's just like, that's what happens when you're a shitty person and you burn bridges, you know?
The best part about the story, she's got to have lost so much money on that booth.
Yeah.
Only one person showed up.
Yeah, it's like, that is... I'm willing to bet if we set up a booth at Level Up Expo, we would have had more people show up to our booth. And we're fucking nobodies, dude. Like, shit. Like, can you imagine, like, we roll up and there's like, oh, hey, this seems cool. Okay, what goes on over here? Like, we have people come out of Intrigue. You know, it's like people see Momokun and they get the fuck away. Yeah, it was, she's
Silence
tried,
thought.
She has tried so hard to stay relevant, even though like she's been done for like a year and a half, and there are rare occasions where I'll hear her name when we go to a con. I'm just like, wait, she still goes to cons. Then again, there's like looking at the comments of the post. Apparently, there's still a small just like a certain voice actor whose name we don't say.
Nope.
There's a small niche of fans that are so diehard that they will support them regardless of what the truth is. And in the other person's perspective, it's the anti-cancel culture stuff. In Momokun's case, it's boobs and titties. Boobs and titties. Wait. Tits and ass. That's what I meant to say. Boobs and titties. Yeah, it's like, oh, she's a thick girl. I would support her to the day I die. She can't do anything wrong. It's like, dude...
Gregory 2020. Boobs and titties.
Boobs and titties. If we were ever a monetized channel, this would get demonetized instantly.
That's fine. YouTube is kind of...
Anyway, so, alright, so, let's move on to some stuff that we're excited for. Castlevania Season 3. We didn't talk about it last time. Trailer dropped a couple weeks ago. It comes out in 2 weeks, and I am so fucking... Less than 2 weeks, actually. So fucking excited. May, what was the best part of the trailer for you? Alucard. Shirtless Alucard again?
He wasn't shirtless.
Was he? I thought he was shirtless at some point in the trailer.
He had his clothes on. But
she would know.
Yeah,
that is true. She would know. That is true.
He was fighting somebody and he looked really good.
I was actually, when we talked about, has the bar for
She's got like screenshots saved in her computer.
Has the bar for spoilers for season... I'll just be safe and not spoil the end of season 2, but like...
It's been over a year.
The way the season 2 ended, I'll just keep it vague. The way season 2 ended, I thought, okay, Alucard's story is done, but apparently there's more to be done.
Because I
think we've also done spoiler...
We did, but like just on the off chance there's someone that's like, oh, I still haven't.
It's been over a year.
I know, but still, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I figured they put Alucard in there because he's probably he's like an important character, and they probably feel like if they took him out, then they'll be like, people
that's
are like,
true,
where's
yeah.
Alucard? He was vital to
there would be
series.
A subsect of people that be just like
me, be like,
yeah.
you took him, you put him in, you took him out.
You're sitting there like, there's other great characters.
There is, like, I don't mind Trevor and Sypha, but
unless it was just one of those things of he just couldn't stand being in that castle anymore.
Yeah.
True. You know what?
That's probably he's literally there by himself.
He is by himself, and he cried.
Yeah. And he cried.
And
he probably like took time to mourn and then left.
Yeah.
And he cried. Let's see what else do we got. Yeah.
Greg, what was your favorite part of the trailer?
Sypha's new outfit looks 10 out of 10, and Trevor. Trevor looks fucking good in all black. Hell yeah. I love how good they look, and I loved in the trailer when she fucking lights the fireball and he cracks the whip. I'm like, oh, these two fucking mean business. I'm so excited. It just got me hyped. I mean, Castlevania is one of my favorite series in recent time, like show-wise. I know, I've never played Symphony of the Night. I need to play it.
Go get the bundle.
Well, it's not on sale.
It's on sale.
It was a different bundle that was on sale.
Anyway.
It is worth the $20.
It is worth the $20.
But
yeah.
if it's on sale, sales are good because you get money.
No, it's one of those things where I'm super I need to check it out. Because I know I've seen people play it, and it's like, from what I've seen, a good game with some cringy voice acting, even though they've redubbed it. But still, I think to like the OG fucking 90s voice acting.
Mira, what was your favorite
But
part?
yeah, Mira, what was your favorite? No, I was I was just making one quick point. No, it's all good. Mira, I was making no. So my last point was just going to be that like it just got me hyped and reminded me why I love the series so much, and I just can't fucking wait. Mira, what was your favorite part of the trailer?
Sypha looks great.
She does, dude. She's kicking ass. I mean,
she tough girl.
She always has kicked ass, but she's kicking even more ass, dude. Like, holy shit. It's good shit. 10 out of 10, my guys. Real quick, for Mira and I. Well, I mean, we're gonna make sure we're gonna have you try the show. They dropped the first documentary episode for Legend of Vox Machina. The legend of the story of the Legend of Vox Machina. This shit's coming out on Amazon Prime later this year.
Critical Role, y'all.
Critical. Yeah, this is proof Critical Role has and will never sell out, because holy fucking shit. That was the funniest name. But they revealed the writers team. They got a lot of talent behind that. People have done like Star Wars. They got Ashley Birch on there. They got people who've God, I'm like blanking.
They were for like Transformers.
People from Transformers. People from like big name fucking shows. And they said that it's going to be some stuff's going to be very different to make it fit for a TV show. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited to spot the differences. It's going to be really good. And seeing Travis like midway through the video, just looking at the screen like a child, like, oh, I was just like, I'm so excited for it. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. Yeah, it was. That title's so stupid though.
Matt better be Gil.
Matt has to be Gilmore. A lot of people are saying that they're waiting for the documentary episode about the voice acting, because there's gonna be a fuckload of people. I've kind of been mulling it over in my head of like who could be some of the like.
I mean, there's a lot of NPCs to cover.
Well, you got like the Tal'Dorei Council. You've got
who's on the Tal'Dorei Council?
Who's on the Tal'Dorei Council? Matt. A side note here: Matt has made it clear every time they ask, he kills an NPC. So someone asked about the Tal'Dorei Council, and was like, and with that you hear the sound of someone fall over dead. He's making it real
to get them to stop asking.
I'm like, oh man, to be 100% honest, that's such a Brad move, and I fucking love it.
What if we ask if the chair is on the council?
The chair.
Matt would kill you.
Oh no! With a chair, he would kill you with a chair. Yeah,
just like that. Ford just keels over.
Dead of chair. It's like Aliens, but instead of the fucking
the chest burster,
it's just a chair that bursts out of his chest,
stabs through him.
Yeah, it's really weird. No,
meanwhile, Cat's just like, how did that happen?
Yeah, right. Huh? That's odd.
I raised him.
Yeah, I raised him. Yeah, we ain't having that shit. No,
not in this house.
Yeah, right. I'm super excited. It's gonna be really good. To pivot over to me really quick. Just want to let you know, Caleb is okay.
Caleb watched 2020.
Caleb watched 2020. How do you feel that Caleb is okay?
I feel good.
You feel good?
Do you like bread?
I do like bread. I feel good.
Do you know where they're keeping the bread?
Not in the trapdoor.
No. All right. Anyway, sorry I interrupted you like an asshole. Go ahead.
No, I feel good every time Caleb's okay. That makes me happy. I don't want anything bad to happen to him.
I get you, yeah. A lot of people are hoping that if the Vox Machina series is successful enough that they eventually do one for Mighty Nine.
That's what I'm praying for.
Yeah, I know,
I'm hoping that it does well enough.
I wonder how far they're going to get into Vox Machina's story, though.
The way it's sounding with the 24 episodes, it's going to be the whole campaign.
That's going to be a lot.
They're going to be making it. Because the thing you got to remember is that there's a lot of... But here's the other thing,
even when they cut stuff out for pacing, some of those storylines are huge.
Here's the thing as well, is that they're not beholden to the 22 minutes for animation. They can make the episodes as long as possible, so they can make hour-long episodes.
They do what they did for...
They'd almost have to.
Yeah.
They could do what they did for Psycho Pass 3. Each episode, it's 8 episodes long. It's an hour long.
Yeah.
They'd almost have to with how much ground they got to cover.
That would still be 24 hours worth of content to tell. I mean, I know it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours, but there's still things that could be told. And there's going to be like there's gonna be big changes.
Well, because like for example, like say, I don't know, the Feywild arc. That's not as long as say the Chroma Conclave.
That can be one of the things where the way that I would think about if they're gonna like for example, the Feywild happens in the middle of Chroma Conclave, but the way that I'm thinking about it is.
But I'm saying like in comparison.
What would make it easier? And I'm not saying that they're gonna do this. Like as being speculative, is that the way that they would change that in the series is that we have like 2 episodes of the party split up getting the vestiges instead of spending 20 episodes getting each vestige. It's like Grog and Vex can go get Fenthras, and Pike and Scanlan could go get the fire armor for Pike, and I mean everyone has to kind of be there for the Matron Raven's armor because that's a very key point in the series. But yeah, like the other ones, they can kind of split up and get the rest of them and kind of make that like an episode or 2, so that way it still tells the story.
We still just have the issue with the dragons regardless, anyway.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
The dragons are kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal, yeah. Which I recently found out that originally Matt could have ended it at the Chroma Conclave, but he realized there was still some stuff kind of lingering with the Briarwoods.
Can you imagine?
I'm so excited for that Briarwood arc, though. That's going to be so fucking dark. And also, Matt confirmed they're not going to be censoring the series. It's going to be as explicit as the sessions are. So,
it is not family friendly.
Yes.
What's this whole thing about the Briarwood arc you guys talk about all the time?
So the Briarwood arc is basically Percy's arc.
The Briarwoods are a pair of vampires that killed Percy's family.
Oh, but the main Greg's everyone talks about because it's Percy centric.
Yes.
The thing is that what a lot of early Critical Role fans said was
that was a really intense arc.
The Briarwood arc is the best arc of campaign 1. There's a lot of like it opens like the arc opens with a dinner with the Briarwoods and Percy's disguised.
And they haven't seen him in years. They don't know he's even alive still. And there's a massive fight with the Briarwoods that night. They have to go back to Whitestone, where Percy is from, in order to clear their names because they're suspected of treason for trying to kill the Briarwoods. Because the Briarwoods are apparently the high ones of
high society,
the high society of the rulers of Whitestone, basically.
They basically killed Percy's family, took his home, and decided to preside over Whitestone and just make it shit.
Yeah.
But basically,
treat the people like shit.
So to sum it up, TLDR, it's Percy's arc.
It's Percy's arc.
Yes.
Okay.
But it was the arc. It's the arc that when anyone asks from campaign 1 what was your favorite arc, 9 times out of 10 people are going to say the Briarwood arc because it's dark.
It's fucking intense.
It was the first time there was a character arc, and
a full character arc.
Well, yeah, let's say an arc of the story centered around one character. And last campaign it was Percy. This campaign it was Ford. To which Travis...
We're getting into CADs, though.
We're getting into CADs, finally.
And that's going to be...
Getting into CAD and Jester about the same time. Hurt. Yeah, because there's been some reveals with Jester as well.
Also, just, like, the acting that Taliesin has in the Whitestone arc in general.
It's so good. And it starts at it establishes the relationship with him and Vex. And it's just really good. It's just a well-told arc. Which is why everyone is so excited for it.
I will say this, though. The fight at the dinner probably could have been avoided if Vax had been a little better at stealthing.
That's what rolls do, though. That's what rolls do.
Let it be known, Vax started this.
Vax and Liam O'Brien started all of this.
With
let's
the
be
fucking
real.
snake
That's
belt.
gonna be the with the fucking snake belt. Oh, Simon. Oh, I forgot about that detail. That it was Simon. So he has a belt that turns into a snake.
And he named it Simon.
He named it Simon. So he tried to use that to sneak into the Briarwoods, and that noted the Briarwoods that someone was coming, and he got
found out.
He got found out. He got had.
He almost died.
Yeah.
Which guy can you imagine?
He would have died before he actually died. Oh wait, spoilers for Vox Machina. Anyway,
Rip.
So to pivot, this is another kind of a sad thing. So there was an artist that recently passed away named Qinni. Is that how you say it?
I never heard how it was said.
Qinni. I'm assuming it's pronounced Qinni.
I thought it was Qinni.
Queenie. I thought it was Queenie.
Queenie? There's no U. I don't know.
Anyway,
someone on the internet will correct us.
So she recently passed away. It was a really, like, the art community was really kind of sad and not up in arms. They were really sad because she died of a very advanced disease, or died of cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
She had like stage 4 cancer. I saw it right here as I looked in the article.
She had some heart surgeries, I think.
Yeah,
as well.
She had some series. She had some. Yeah.
She had a series of surgeries.
Yeah, she announced on. So here's what it says: on December 28th, Qinni announced that on her IG that she had been diagnosed with stage 4 fibrosis sarcoma and had a year to a year and a half left. Unfortunately, her battle ended much earlier, possibly owing to a pre-existing congenital heart condition. So she passes away from cancer at the age of 29. The art community is mourning over her, posting various tributes. Then these bumblefucks decided...
What a word.
Yeah, these bumblefucks decided to swoop in. This is a group called, what was it, Melon?
Melon 4 Note.
Melon 4 Note, which apparently their logo was already something that was apparently stolen. So apparently before she died, it was a she, right?
She, yes.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure. I don't want to
because her brother came on Instagram and clarified.
I don't want to misgender
this
artist. It's a her. Okay. All right. They were her. Okay. So they were this Melon 4 whatever the fuck. No one should care about them at all.
It's fine. Their Instagram account is gone.
It's gone. Yeah. So they tried to partner up with Qinni, and she's like, I'm gonna put this on the back burner. I gotta think about this. Like, you don't have my approval yet. Like, here's the little snippet of the back and forth. It says, thanks, but honestly, I've only done royalty payments, and it's a bit of a hassle, to be honest. They go, I swear we're not like anyone you made a deal with before. That's already shady. It'll be easy with us. My queen? Oh, I already don't like that. Really appreciate your art, King. It's like, let's put this on the back burner for later, then lol, Happy New Year. And then they decided to put out a bunch of merch with her art on it without her permission. And got crucified for it.
Well, they waited until after she died, where she wasn't going to be able to give them permission.
In the wake of her death.
And try to profit off of it.
In the wake of her death, they put out all this merch without her knowing. I mean, obviously she wouldn't. But without her consent. Mm-hmm. That's the word I'm looking for. Without her consent, they put out a bunch of art.
Like, basically, they waited till she died before they did it, which is already a low move.
It's already the lowest of the low. Like, you're already below the barrel at this point. You're not even bottom of the barrel.
There was like a Twitter post talking about how to report them on Instagram and everything, and I guess enough people reported them that Instagram account is gone now.
Yeah, it's reported it's gone. Apparently, this back and forth happened back in January 2019. Mm-hmm. So she had put it on the back burner for a year. And I was like, well, I mean...
Because she had to focus on herself.
Yeah, she really did. You know, and
I think I read somewhere, like, her Patreon stuff went to her medical bills.
Yeah. So why she never asked for...
So it's not like she was making money off of it. She was just making money to pay her med.
Basically, it was the way that she was making do, which is sad. I mean, there's like I said, these are a lot of rapid fire because there's nothing to debate here. It's like, this is sad. You know, the only thing I'll ask is, May, were you really familiar with her art at all?
Never heard of her.
It's same with me. I had never heard of her until she passed away.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Have you ever heard of her at all?
I think on DeviantArt I might have seen some of her art, but I never paid attention to who it was.
Right. You're familiar with the style.
I'm notorious with, it's pretty, favorite it, and then run. And sometimes I don't look at who the artist is because there are certain artists that have similar styles. There's one on the front page a lot that every time I see it, I think it's Sakimi-chan, but it's a different artist, but the art is similar. But yeah, I'm notorious.
That's a different discussion for another day.
I'm notorious for liking and run.
Can I say on the note of Sakimi-chan, I'm noticing the dip in quality of like hardcore.
That's a lot of the comments. A lot of people say
she's rushing her art.
Yeah, she's rushing it. The quality is not good. A lot of people don't like.
They're not giving her time.
They don't like the anatomy because a lot of times, a lot of people, they say the anatomy is not correct.
Yeah.
That's a lot of the comments I see whenever I read it on there, and I just because I get curious. I'm like, oh, what?
I think on DeviantArt she disabled comments.
The way that I see it is that it's kind of it's the prime example of what happens when you get a massive fan base like that. and the demand becomes too much.
And you try to get your Patreon stuff out in a certain time frame. And,
yeah.
And then I know when a lot of people, you know, they say, like, if you comment on Facebook, it's like she's not even going to see it because I don't think she runs it. I think someone else does. Runs it for her. So they're like, yeah, you can comment, but she won't see it.
Yeah.
All she's got to do, though, is go on Google and do a quick search, and she'll see those comments.
She knows.
I'm sure she knows, but she probably just
But no,
she's probably too stressed trying to keep up to care.
Well, on top of that, I mean, like, it's just that whole logic of, like, oh, she's never going to see it, but all she's got to do is go on Google for, like, 2 seconds, and she'll probably see them.
Yeah. You know she goes to AX and sells her stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh, I've been to her booth, yeah.
I wanted her Joker print. I never bought it.
I think I bought, like, a print or two of hers for Romano my first AX.
I want to say you did. I remember we went to her booth.
I know I bought one of Squall.
Now I have to go because she made one for Dimitri. She made one for Felix. I'll talk about that later, Fire Emblem, but...
Yeah, we're getting to Fire... Yeah, we'll get to Fire Emblem in a little bit. Anyway, turning back to Qinni, however you say it.
It's very sad.
It's sad, yeah. It's... 29 is too young, man.
Yeah. That's my age.
Yeah.
I was seeing, like, some of the comments on DeviantArt, and I didn't realize just how long she had been on that website, because...
She's like one of the OGs, if I remember correctly. Yeah. If not one of the OGs, she's
kept saying,
been there
like,
for a long time.
People kept saying, like, when I first joined DeviantArt, I was seeing her art on the front page.
I want to say I may have seen some of her art back when I was hardcore on DeviantArt. I may have.
When they were posting, like, some of her older work or whatever, I noticed it did look familiar, so I probably did see it. But I never paid attention to artist names for a while.
Yeah, it's really sad. It really is.
Well, she's not suffering anymore.
That's the only silver lining
she's resting now in peace.
On the one hand, cancer is a bitch, too.
Well, it reminds me in the music community, in the metalcore community, when we lost the guitar player from Architects. He was only 28 and he died of cancer. And his twin brother, if I remember correctly. His brother was also in the band. He was the one who died was a guitar player, and the brother's the drummer. Mm-hmm. And that record that came out was so emotional after that. Like it happened around the same time Chester died. I'd say he died in February. Chester died in July
because it was on her birthday.
And then, can't forget that.
Yeah, and then Mike's record was definitely more of the range of emotions, and Architects was just the anger of why aren't you still here. And those are two records that, you could just feel that emotion. And it's like, you see just in the art community all the tributes and people have been doing. It's like, 29's too young.
Well, there's an Instagram account that's basically doing like a tribute, like art book for her.
Right.
That like her brother gave the okay for.
It has the blessing, yeah.
Like he's in contact with the person that's running the account.
Yeah.
How old was Avicii when he died?
28.
Oh.
Avicii was 28, yeah.
How did he die again? Was it
suicide? Yeah, he killed himself.
Mm-hmm. How old was oh god, what's the one chef? Anthony Bourdain.
He was in his either late 50s or early 60s. Let me double check.
I remember him. He died?
He committed suicide, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he committed suicide like the same year Chester committed suicide. He died, or no, the year later. He was...
I know he was a little older, but...
Age, yeah. Just give me an age, my guy. He was 61. He was 61. Suicide by hanging. That's how he died.
I saw one of his... I guess it's a biography of his in the library, and I was just like, oh yeah.
He was a very prolific guy. He a lot of his cooking was like a dual meaning to just kind of like relate it to life and kind of like like cooking was his art, and like just like a musician or just like an artist, like that was his art.
It just
you pour yourself into it.
Was he just
depression's a bitch like that. Like it just
you'll have good days and you'll have bad days.
I mean, look at Robin Williams.
Yeah, I know.
He fought so hard. And like that's why like it's important for me specifically that we gotta fight the stigma of mental illness, because it's not as simple. You had everything in the world, why'd you kill yourself? And then like the fucking
money doesn't buy happiness.
And the fucking conservative cunt fucks that are they're like, well, all he needed was God and he would have been better. It's like, that's not a solution. The solution is breaking the stigma of not being okay, making it like say, and I know the phrase is so cliche this one, but it's okay to not be okay. And just kind of knowing like there is support, and also there's a lot of political stuff about making more shit more affordable and stuff like that. I'm not gonna get to the political part of it, but like there's things that can be discussed, and it just suicide's a bitch, cancer's a bitch, death is a bitch, man. But it's certain for all of us, unfortunately. Do we care about to pivot to go from like a hard pivot? Do we care about the ninja shit that happened this week?
No.
The fucking stupid tweet that he put out.
No.
I read it and I went,
Ninja's a fucking moron.
That's
Fuck
it.
him. I don't like him. I've never liked him.
You never liked him.
I've never liked Ninja.
It's okay.
He sits there and tries to act all family friendly when he was just as toxic and problematic and doesn't want to talk about it.
The only reason I knew who he was is because I guess he went from Twitch to another streaming service, and the other streaming service like welcomed him or something.
Yeah,
the only way I knew of him was DeFranco. Because when he first started doing like the Fortnite shit, DeFranco talked about him.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this dude.
No, it's...
Nobody cares.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay.
His fan base cares.
We shouldn't say nobody cares. And
in this room, nobody cares.
In this room, nobody cares. Yeah, it's like, I don't like Ninja. And I'm also going to say, I'm a little guy that doesn't want to start beef with Ninja. I just don't like him. You know.
I like beef.
Beef is good, especially in tacos. I like beef.
I like roast beef.
Now let's talk about something that we can all agree on that people are fucking dumbasses for.
Oh boy.
Not the people at the center of this, but the people complaining about this. So we all know coronavirus is a thing. We all know that it's spread outside of China. It's getting into the Philippines, Indonesia, Japan especially. It's everywhere basically, but like those neighboring countries specifically are having to deal with it
because they're so close.
Yoshi P and crew, who best known for the ones working on Final Fantasy XIV, recently canceled their appearance at PAX East,
which rightfully so.
Yeah. I'm gonna say at the top. How can you be angry at that? There's a disease going around. Japan is now exposed. They don't want to. Imagine spreading corona. People have died. Imagine spreading corona at a fucking gaming convention, one of the biggest gaming conventions,
or Anime Expo.
Or imagine this is happening during Anime Expo, and like all the Japanese guests have to cancel. But there's a bunch of idiots on Twitter just like, why are you? Don't believe the scare of coronavirus. Da da da. It's
don't
like
believe Andor's lies.
Don't believe Andor's lies.
Don't believe Blank's lies.
Don't believe.
That's a spoiler.
Don't
believe Yoshi P's lies.
Don't.
When he tells you, we told you to look forward to it.
Don't believe his.
I'll tell you, can we
don't believe the hype.
Can we also agree that like Brad is the #1 offender of not following Yoshi P's rule of play another fucking game?
Even
another game. Go outside.
Go outside. Play another game. To be fair though, he does have a job.
No, but like during his spare time, he could also either A, go out for a walk, or B, play other fucking games.
To argue that, does any of us go out for a walk though?
I used to.
You go to the gym,
I
so
go to the gym.
you have an excuse.
I go to the gym, yeah.
I don't.
I used to when I lived out in Missouri, but now like anymore,
Yeah.
Greg's just kind of instilled this thing of like this neighborhood is not really all that safe.
I mean, there's someone here.
Probably shouldn't.
Every they do it on a clockwork.
If you walk around the apartment,
yeah, you're fine. Nothing will happen to you.
No, I mean outside the apartment.
Oh,
like
yeah,
actually walk around.
Yeah, that. But if you walk here, you're fine.
But like in Missouri, I used to walk around town.
Right, yeah.
Because I was just like, I need to go out and walk. I want to go out and walk.
Yeah, but people are complaining. I mean, again, whatever. I just...
Regardless though, Brad, play other fucking...
Speaking of coronavirus, my friend Co shared an article on her Facebook. Somebody on a plane flew to Canada.
Oh, fuck.
They knew they had or something.
They were infected.
So, yeah, they're infected.
Did you hear about the fucking piece of shit YouTuber that tried to do a social experiment by trying to fly out of Toronto and saying that I just went to China in that province and I may have coronavirus and started coughing?
I don't follow YouTubers, but...
Yeah. He said he wanted to start a conversation and wanted something to go viral. It's like, yeah, you being a piece of shit, it's made you viral.
If you want, like... what it's like to live in quarantine. That one dude on Instagram.
You were watching that Instagram.
Yeah, he made it on the news. Like, they did a Skype interview with him. It's interesting to see.
Do you remember the
It's called Southwest_Hui.
Southwest_Hui. Yeah, because he's been doing a bunch of live streams and stuff. Kind of like this is how everything's going on.
Because he lives in China right now.
Yeah,
and he's in part of the quarantine. It's really interesting to see what it's like there.
The only silver lining with coronavirus, as scary as it is just that there are talks that they are working on a cure for it or a vaccine for it to help kind of relegate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to combat it. And that thing is such a bitch because basically it's one of those things where you don't know you have it for a while, and it's contagious in that period. So we still don't know who all is actually infected, and it's scary. And to be honest, tying back to the story with Yoshi P and crew canceling their PAX appearance, that is
the most responsible thing.
That is hundreds of thousands of people rolling through on a week, because it's like I think the capacity is like 60 to 80,000, but that's hundreds of thousands of people daily rolling through PAX. You cannot put that many people in jeopardy. So it makes complete sense for him to cancel.
Canceling is just the most responsible action
it
to
is,
take at that point.
You know, it happens. It sucks, but it happens, man.
It's like, hey, guess what? When this all blows over, the event will be there next year, probably.
Yeah, and
they're still gonna be there. There's still gonna be 14 stuff.
Yeah, the game itself isn't going anywhere.
And to make up for it, you know, they do the love letters. Is that what they're called?
Live letters.
The live letters. I call
love letters.
It's basically a love letter to the community.
The love live letters.
No, never mind. I don't want that. The live letters. Yeah, they do the live letters, which is at home. You know, they could just do. You know, if they're canceling their appearance, they could just do, if they were going to present anything, they could just do like a
live stream.
Yeah, they could do a live letter being like, this is what we were going to show at PAX.
Yeah.
And we know Yoshi P and crew, they take that to heart. Like, he lives and bleeds working on this game, and he cares so much, you know? So, like, you know that he's going to be like, all right, here's what we were going to present. Like, even if it's not on that weekend, if it's at a later date, he'll do it on a later date. You know they will.
Or he could be like, for anybody that bought a ticket to the event or whatever, here's an access key for like a special live stream or something to make up for
I don't think they would restrict it. I think they would just be like,
well, no, but I'm like try to give them an incentive so that way they feel like it's worth it.
True, yeah. But I feel like if you're going to PAX, you're going for more than, like, if I'm going to PAX, yeah, it would have been cool to see like all the new 14 stuff. But I got, like, all the indie developers. I know Sony's there. Nintendo's there. Like, it's a big gaming convention.
Can I play Animal Crossing?
Yo, right? Just roll through. Be like, yo, I want to fucking start building my house on this island. Let's go.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Speaking of 14. May, let's talk the new patch. We finished the patch last night.
Alright, I'm gonna head up. I actually have to go to the
You actually have to go pee? That's okay. So, you and I finished the patch last night. What did you think of patch 5.2? We'll do the non-spoiler stuff, then I'll give the disclaimer when we go into spoilers.
There's real shit happening still. And
yeah,
I don't know what's gonna happen.
I'm with you there. You know what? I don't think there's anything else that I could even say. It was good. It was a good patch. But there's nothing else I can say without...
I want more.
I want 5.3.
No, I'm trying to be very, very vague.
Well, I'm about to just transition into, hey, we're going to take a few minutes to talk spoilers. So, for people watching this on YouTube, we're going to have in the description the link, the time that we talk spoilers for patch 5.2 Final Fantasy XIV. I'm also going to be taking off my hat. So that way, and I'm going to put it behind my computer so that way I don't see it. You can wear it. May's going to be wearing the hat, and I will not be wearing the hat. So, we're going to be charring. Wow, fucking hooked on phonics work for me. We're going to be talking spoilers for Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers patch 5.2. I mean, it's Final Fantasy XIV patch 5.2, but it's the second main story patch for Shadowbringers. This is your last warning. Here we fucking go. I fucking knew Arbert did not come back. I fucking knew. As soon as he showed up, I'm like, oh, that's good. Wait a minute. What was it? Go ahead.
So, I knew he wasn't going to come back because, I mean, unless they gave a logical reason, but there was still part of me. There was still a part of me that was wondering what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's totally a fake. This is totally a fake Ardbert.
Fake
it's
Bert,
not,
yeah.
It's fake Bert. It's bootleg.
Bootleg
Ardbert.
fake Bert, yeah.
As I said, you know?
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't him. And then guess what? Lo and behold in the story, it's not him.
Yeah.
It's still Ardbert. It's...
Why is May wearing your hat?
Because we're talking spoilers now.
So he pulled off his hat.
So I took off my hat and she took the hat. So that's the sign that we're in spoiler territory right now.
The things I miss.
I will say initially when I saw that the priority was going to be going back to the first, instead of kind of like in the first patch where we're kind of a little of column A, a little of column B. I won't lie, initially I was kind of disappointed because I wanted more of that little column A, little column B, because I am interested in getting all of the Scions back. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But I also am super fucking excited for like what Estinian's been working on. I still don't trust Gaius,
yeah.
even though he's supposed to be this now reformed bad guy. I still don't trust him.
I think that's the point, though. You're not supposed to trust him right off the bat.
Like, I'm willing to think that he's probably going to be the one that helps in the next expansion really get shit done, but we're in that early stages of I still don't trust him.
I think that's the point.
Yeah.
Especially when he was your enemy in the first expansion, ARR.
Yeah.
And he fought you because he was so all about Ultima Weapon and, with the Asians and stuff and fighting to be, make Garlemald great again, that sort of thing,
It's so funny you mentioned Ultima Weapon. That drop at by the way, there's a new Ultima Weapon. I'm like, we're gonna get Praetorium 2 in the next expansion.
Boogaloo.
In the next expansion, we're gonna get Praetorium 2 Electric
Boogaloo.
I'm trying to find a fucking pun for Praetorium, and it didn't fucking work. It didn't work. Praetorium 2 Electric Boogaloo is what we're gonna end up getting. Mm-hmm. That made me go, oh shit, okay.
If we don't go in, I think we're gonna go to Garlemald. Probably not. They're probably not going to have enough time, maybe, in the rest of this patch. It's probably
Garlemald's going to be in the next expansion.
Yeah.
I think Suya called it when we finished Shadowbringers. Garlemald's going to be the next expansion.
Oh, and guess what? Xenos just trudging along again, like usual.
Okay, I made my comment. About it that when I saw the scene of him dreaming about destroying the world, I was like, I just heard Twitter's collective pussies just fucking ooze come. Like, holy shit.
And so definitely demonetized.
You're so eloquent with words, girl.
There's no other way to say it, though. Those pussies are moist because of how much of a fucking pussy boner they've got for fucking Xenos.
I think his outfit in this expansion, I think they put it in Dissidia.
Did they really?
I think he's a playable character in Dissidia. But I don't know if that's the exact same outfit, but I feel like besides this patch, I've seen it before. I will say his outfit's nice. But I wish it was on somebody else.
It's a nice outfit.
I don't like Xenos.
Imagine if that was like on Emmerich.
That's what I want, yeah.
Or like Estinian had like that fly fucking outfit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Estinian, yes.
Estinian, I'm so excited to get more Estinian. I realize how much I missed Estinian. And I'm also, it may be something that, it probably won't be something that'll tie in until next expansion as well. Or maybe we'll get a little more of it. Because they've been doing for the crafters the Ishgard restoration. I am excited to see how that'll tie into MSQ. Because I would love, even if it's just a short moment, going back to Ishgard, seeing how the boys are doing.
I don't know, because they did that for Doma. Like, you can restore Doma, but it's not in the main story. It's just a lot of people, what they're thinking is because they're doing this because it allows you to have housing, because that's what they did with Doma. Once you restored it, you have the option. Now you can buy a house in Doma.
But the reason why, and maybe this is just because I'm still technically a noob at 14, but I feel like Ishgard's restoration is different just for the sake of we still have characters in the main story that are tied to Ishgard. We don't have characters in the main story tied to Doma anymore. Yeah. Because like Estinian is playing a really pivotal role and he's Ishgardian. Yeah. You know, which means that there is a reason to go back to Ishgard at some point. Like I said, even if it's kind of like on the way to go to the new place, hey, let's pop by Ishgard and see what's good. So, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I've been mulling it over in my brain, and I still think Heaven's Ward was my favorite expansion. Like, Shadowbringers was such a close second. It was so good.
Yeah. Heaven's Ward is still.
Heaven's Ward just. It was just insane, and I fucking loved it. And but what I will say though, in terms of patches, I feel like Shadowbringers is building a stronger base for the patches. I also think with Stormblood, they really learned how to hone back in the patches. Because Heaven's Ward, after patch 3, when you battle Needhog, it's just like, okay, we'll just kind of fuck around for a couple patches.
That's what they did with ARR as well.
Yeah,
that's why it's so
Don't ask me to recount the plot of any of the ARR patches.
Well, now, luckily, what they're doing is for New Game Plus, they're condensing it.
That's good.
So people can play.
That's good.
They know a lot of people don't like it. They know it's a trudge. It really is. It's so slow to even get to anything good.
Let's see. What did you think of the new dungeon in the MSQ?
The music is pretty good.
It was some fucking jazz, dude.
It's very jazzy, yeah.
I love the metal version of the final battle theme for the dungeon. That was really cool. it was just, I was initially thinking, man, I'm going to be a little disappointed about going from column A to column B, but they really honed in like perfectly with, here's what the Exarch's doing. He's working with Urianger and fucking Hoops McGee. I forget her name.
Lua Beck, I think.
Lua Beck, yeah, something like that. We had our boy Bismarcky who was back.
Oh yeah.
Bismarck, fucking Bismarcky over here.
Mm-hmm.
No, we had the game back. We had that Ardbert twist. Kind of more digging into who Heidelin actually is. And there was a lot of balance of lore and interesting stuff. I mean, there was a couple bitch quests, but that's every fucking MSQ. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thoroughly liked this patch. It was really good, and I want there to be more. Mm-hmm. And the whole fucking before we swap hats again and we're done with spoilers, that illusion that Fake Bert did. Do you think that illusion was actually an illusion?
Yeah. I think because he's an Asian. I'm pretty sure he can use mumbo jumbo magic to like make people stuff.
I think the illusion I think that the illusion is that everything's okay. I think the world is starting to go to shit, which is why the Exarch is kind of freaking out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because he knows that the Warrior of Darkness has to go back, but now all this shit's happened. And I know, like, story-wise, that would make no fucking sense, because we already saved the first. Mm-hmm. But, like, why would another Asian be there if there wasn't going to be something else that was going to happen to the first?
Because the Asians like to cause trouble.
That's what they do! That's why I was like...
I think that's why he's there, just to start stuff again. Because, you know, you defeated MXL, and you defeated Laha Breadstick, and so...
Lame-o Breadstick?
Yeah, they were. So...
Laha Breadstick!
So, I mean, the Asians, they just
Ultima weapon!
They just like to cause trouble, you know? They just... Yeah.
They're just like fucking... They're like gnats. Like,
you just
they
can't
get in
get
your
rid
business
of them.
And you can't get rid of them. There's too many of them.
Yep. They like to bug you.
Alrighty. So, to transition, we're good. All of you people who are... back here from the spoilers, just a quick recap. Urianger is the villain all along. No, it was a good patch. Fucking, if you haven't played it, fucking go play it. It was really good. May, passing it over to you.
You don't have to be a weeb to play 14.
You don't have to be a weeb to play 14. If you love fantasy, it's called Final Fantasy for a reason. It's a fantasy game.
You like MMOs, you like to change class, you like to summon things. There you go. Yeah. This game's for you.
Actually, I want to pivot because you've kind of been bearing with us for a moment, and then we'll go back to you with Fire Emblem. You started playing Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. Real quick, what do you think of the DLC, at least what you've played so far?
I only finished the first part of the DLC. The second part, I started trying it. I pretty much decided I need to get the Ultima weapon because those fights
Ultima
are
weapon.
Hard.
Yeah.
Those fights are hard.
Yeah, Maybe was telling me about that. So what do you
I'm
think
on beginner mode and I'm getting my ass kicked. I'm just like, what the fuck?
YouTube saved me.
Yeah. What do you think of part 1 though?
God, I was crying. Like, just, there's so much going on, and, like, there's little gaps that got filled, and I'm just like, oh, now this makes more sense in context, and I'm crying.
We're gonna keep it spoiler free this time. We had our discussion last time.
I liked it because it was pretty.
You liked it because it was pretty.
May 2020. I liked it because it was pretty.
You have to play as Rico.
Yes.
Like, that's your
reason. That's so great.
May, you've been playing, or you played.
Wait, are you done with her?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to generally know what you think of it. Because we can't go into it without spoilers.
I know. So, I'm just making sure she had her
The ending makes more sense now to me.
The regular ending makes sense. I mean, it makes sense.
No, I'm saying, like, it made sense before, but now, like, with added details and shit, like, it makes even more sense to me.
Yeah, that secret ending still is a bunch of baloney.
Yeah, I'm so excited for you to get to that and be like, what?
Okay, but it's no damn sense still. I still don't get it, even with YouTube.
I will say, though, for, like, people that were complaining when they played the original game that the secret ending makes no sense or whatever, when you play Remind and you get that ending again, there's things that kind of lead up to why it happened the way it did, and now it just... I already knew what happened, and it made sense to me, but this makes even more sense now.
I'll say, like, the whole ending itself made sense. Like, I don't know...
Well, there were still people that were kind of confused about, like,
I get you.
Specifically Sora and Kairi.
Oh, yeah, I get
that whole thing confused
people. That's why
people.
they did that, yeah.
But when you do remind, like, that scene just in itself makes more sense.
Right. Yeah, I getcha.
Also, I'm just sitting here crying because I added more stuff to it, and I was just no, I'm sad.
I getcha. May, you've been playing, or you played through the Fire Emblem DLC.
We're just gonna point at each other.
Pretty boy Yuri. Spider-Man. My favorite DC villain.
We're gonna make that into a hat. Spoiler-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay, so you've been playing, or you played and beat the Fire Emblem DLC. What did you think of the DLC?
It was really hard, but it was really good.
Oh, I watch you.
This game is really hard, and it makes me cry.
Not that you would have thrown your Switch, but there were some moments you're like, ooh.
Yeah, I eventually figured it out.
You beat it during Hamburgers? Wow.
Yeah.
You beat it during Homebrewers, yeah.
Because I had nothing else to do.
Right.
So I was like,
Click Phonics worked for y'all.
So you liked it. It was really good.
Yeah. The story's enjoyable.
Let's say, non-spoiler, what was your favorite part of the DLC? Just all of Yuri.
Playing Dimitri.
Oh.
Because back when you do it, you just first meet Yuri, and I didn't know anything about him other than, he's pretty. Mm-hmm. He has purple hair.
He has purple hair.
He has a nice voice. I like him.
He has purple hair.
Yep.
So you loved it.
I did. It was really
10 out of 10 would recommend?
Yeah. It was enjoyable, yeah. Especially, the story's pretty good. I mean, it made sense to me.
It made sense!
The story made
sense. I love that.
But yeah.
I love that has to be a quantifier for, it made sense.
Well, I mean, there's some games that the stories don't make sense, but I still enjoy it anyway. I just make fun of it because, certain games are like, this made no damn sense.
I get you. Oh, yeah. Okay, so before we end the podcast, we're at the end of our topics already. We're under an hour. Hell yeah. So just real quick, just kind of going through some stuff. Homebrewers is back. We had a great session. Mira, what'd you think of the session? I felt like it was really tense at the beginning, and it was really good though, and I fucking liked it. It was good shit. 10 out of 10. And man, that was a Critical Role ass cliffhanger, man. That was good. I'm excited to see more. Hildebrand Quest Part 1. Parts 2 and 3 are going to be coming these next couple weeks. I thought I was prepared with how ridiculous it was going to be. I was not prepared. I was not fucking prepared.
You were not prepared.
I was not prepared.
That should be the name of an Evangelion movie.
You are not prepared. Yeah,
that's totally going to be the final movie.
You are not prepared. Yeah, I'm totally down with that. It was a lot of fun. Really good. I think that's about it. Anything else we need? Oh, Mira, you've been streaming on twitch.tv/hardestreset. You're going to stream it and at your personal channel at Tamerito. You're going to continue Last of Us on your channel. And on Tuesdays, Thursdays, you're going to be on Hardest Reset. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
it's not May yet, is it?
What's up?
It's not May yet, is it?
Not yet.
Damn it.
It's not end of May,
I want to look at spoilers already.
But anyway, so I think that's about it.
I've been playing Life is Strange 2.
You have been playing Life is Strange 2. Go talk about that while I go use the restroom really quick. I'm trying to wrap up the podcast.
Oh, good God.
What do you think of Life is Strange 2?
It's the game I've been waiting for. Surprisingly, I'm having a lot of fun with this game. I got through episode 2 last night.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here, trying not to bawl at, 5 in the morning.
I knew I was never going to play it, so I actually looked up spoilers because I was like, I'm not going to play it, so might as well read it. And the game's interesting. I'm just one of those people that when... It's like the whole thing with Ni no Kuni and Ni no Kuni 2. When you say it's a sequel, but you put totally brand new characters that I've never heard of that are they're just there, that's when I get all iffy. Because I'm like, I was attached to these characters. Now you're throwing me somebody new that I don't know who it is. And I'm already attached to these other characters. I don't like that. I don't like change, okay? I want to stick with the same people I had in the past.
The thing is, though, with this game, it's not even set in the same town. It's set around another character that has a power, but with a sibling that travels with them.
That's what I read about, and I was like...
But I will say, when you first start up the game, it does ask you, did you play Life is Strange 1?
Yeah.
Yes, no. If you said yes, it says... Did you choose to sacrifice Arcadia Bay? This game has been out for years. We've done spoiler shit. You've streamed it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the ending of that by now.
Yeah.
Did you sacrifice Arcadia Bay? Yes. No.
Yeah.
What did you end up going with?
I ended up going with yes.
Okay.
Because the first time I played it, I sacrificed Arcadia Bay because I could not bring myself to let Chloe die. It does tie in your choice, or at least for me. I don't know what it does when you pick no.
Yeah.
Because I'm not looking anything up right now. But with my choice, it ended up tying into near the end of episode 1, which I wasn't expecting, and it made me cry. Episode 2 has feels. Greg saw one part of the feels because it was something I guess you had gotten spoiled on, you said?
Yes, I got that part spoiled.
And I was just like, this is not okay. What the fuck?
What I was telling her, Greg, is that I was never going to play Life is Strange 2, so I looked up spoilers because that my whole thing is when you say it's a sequel but you throw in brand new characters that I've never heard of as new solely for this game and I'm attached to these other characters, you're gonna make me want to like new characters and I get attached to old characters. I don't like change. I want to stick with it. It's the whole thing with Ni no Kuni 1 and 2. Ni no Kuni 2 is set 100 plus years after the first game with new people. I don't want to see these new people. I want to know what happened to the other people. I like these other people.
All I will counter that with is Life is Strange. It actually makes sense. I actually would have never played it if we had went back to the same crew and
yeah. Oh yeah.
I would have been like the story's
here's
done.
The thing. That's I get that. That's why it's done. That's why it makes.
And also depending on how you ended part 1.
It's done.
You either can't continue it or it's just there.
The catalyst for why Max needs to keep using her powers is gone.
Yeah, and like
because it's either
the whole town is dead and you and Chloe leave, or Chloe died and you're just having to move on with your life and your powers are gone.
And I get that, but
she can't do anything after
like
that.
I said, I'm a person who doesn't really like change. So when I understand the story's done, I know it would make no sense whatsoever if you try to.
There could also be a cameo of 1 in 2 that I haven't gotten to yet.
But
that could tie it all together.
Yeah, but that's just me. Like the whole thing, like I said, ties with Ni no Kuni 2. That's why I didn't play it. That's why I lost interest because they put it so many years past with like different characters, and I'm just like, but I like these original characters. I know it's a sequel now with different people, but that's why.
How do you deal with Resident Evil then?
Resident Evil.
Because Leon keeps coming back.
Well, with Resident Evil, they don't do it like so many years in the future. Like they kind of bring back the characters in a sense, so I know they're there and just kind of like they're playable in some things.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I deal with it. Like Resident Evil 7, I just can't play it because I'm a little chicken. It's scary.
Yeah,
but that's
scary.
That's how I'm okay with like how I can deal with Resident Evil because I know like eventually they're probably gonna put them back in another game and play it. But I mean, Ni no Kuni 2 right off the bat I read the summary like, oh, it's 100-something years after.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. These characters aren't gonna come back because it's 100 plus years. They're dead. They're dead. They ain't gonna come back. Okay, but just
I will say though, like for Life is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
For Life is Strange, the first game, the whole thing with Arcadia Bay is back in 2013. Life is Strange 2, it's just 3 years later.
oh yeah.
But like, since I sacrificed Arcadia Bay, there is a mention of what happened, but it's obvious that because Arcadia Bay is supposed to be in Oregon.
Yeah.
Your characters start off in Seattle.
So
you're not even in the same state, although you do go through that area at one point in episode 1. But it makes sense to not have any of that in the first episode just because it's like you're in a different state.
Yeah.
You didn't go to the school that Max went to. Of course you wouldn't know about Arcadia Bay, or none of the characters would be in there because they're all in Oregon going to school.
Yeah, I get that, and like I said, I read it and I was like, okay,
I do like how they connected it in though, at least like for me, just because I don't know how it ties in with the other choice.
Right.
But with my choice, they tied it in a way where it's just like, oh. We are in that area.
The moral of my story is that I'm picky and I don't like certain things.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay, boomer.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us on the episode of the HR Office Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, throw a like down there. Throw a comment down below on any of the things we talked about today. If you want to watch us live, we're live for the podcast every other Sunday, usually between like 3 and 7 p.m. is when we'll get started. We post on the Discord when we get going, get started. I've been Greg. That's been May. That's been Mira. You can find us at Hardest Reset on Twitter.
trying to be all formal about this. No, go ahead and let us know.
I'm also streaming more, so
You're
that'll
streaming
be
more.
popping
You
up
can,
too.
check her out at Temirito, TEHMIRRITO.
You got it.
On Twitch. So twitch.tv/Temirito. And you're doing like the odd days, as I call them, right? So
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And then Tuesday, Thursday are on our channel.
Yes.
And we're good to go. So yeah, go share love, share support. You can find May shitposting on Twitter at Cannoli May. You can find you not really on Twitter, but still nonetheless at Mirito Cosplay.
I'm also on Instagram.
Also on Instagram at Mirito Cosplay. And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Greg Snathy Gamer. I'm so hungry and I'm so tired. I think I'm tired because I haven't eaten.
Let's go then.
So let's go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys so much. We love you all. We'll catch you guys in a couple weeks. Tune in Saturday for brand new episode of Hardest Reset. It's going to be the Hildebrand Quest Part 2. And next Monday, if you're watching this on YouTube, next Monday we have a very special video that's going to be going up recapping the first 12 episodes of the Homebrewers called The Afterbrew. We're really excited to put that out as well. So look forward to that next Monday. So until then, we'll catch you all later.
Bye.